Hello, thanks for joining WIFR on our FastCast. Turning to our top stories here this afternoon, a 26-year-old Rockford man will appear in court Tuesday for sexual assault charges. Kyle Condon is accused of sexually assaulting a person April 18th in the 2300 block of Rockwell Street. Investigators say they would name Condon as a suspect and that he knew the person. An arrest warrant was issued Wednesday, and Condon was arrested Thursday. Two people are in custody after Rockford police tie them to an alleged burglary over the weekend. Officers responded to 3218 11th Street, the building which formerly housed Our Lady of Sacred Heart Academy, for an alarm. They found 68-year-old Murray Smith inside and 38-year-old Joseph Trejo nearby. Both were taken into custody, and Smith is charged with burglary, while Trejo is charged with possession of drug paraphernalia. Both are being held in the Winnebago County Jail. Rochelle Police Department are asking for information regarding a report of suspicious activity Saturday. Around 11 p.m., officers received a call near the 100 block of Willis Avenue, where someone reported a large group of people wearing black standing in the road. Shortly after, officers hear about additional reports near Southview and Randall of a car being shot at by a group matching the prior description. That car was struck 8 times, but no one was hurt. Police recovered 2 guns near the second report, and anyone with footage or information is urged to contact the police department at 815-562-6793. 2 people are in the hospital in Carroll County after a plane crash near an airport. According to the Carroll County Sheriff's Office, the plane crashed around 10:45 Sunday morning near Apple Hill Road. When first responders arrived at the area, they quickly put out a fire, and the pilot and a passenger were able to escape from the blaze. Now, deputies say the pilot was having trouble landing the plane at a private airstrip due to wind gusts. Deputies say the pilot has minor injuries, and the passenger was airlifted to a nearby hospital. The state of Illinois sues the Trump administration for its plan to deploy hundreds of National Guard troops to the Chicago area. According to Crane's Breaking News, the lawsuit accuses President Donald Trump of using the troops to punish his political enemies. The lawsuit was filed hours after a judge in Portland, Oregon, issued an emergency order to block troop deployment to the state. The White House has not yet commented on the lawsuit. And, of course, coming up in less than an hour, Governor J.B. Pritzker will join Attorney General Kwame Raoul for a news conference addressing the Trump administration's move to authorize the National Guard in Chicago. U.S. Representative Chuy Garcia and Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson will also speak, and WIFR will be live with the coverage of the news conference at around 2. You can watch it live on our WIFR News app and on WIFR.com. Amplifying the voices of teens impacted by shootings, Rockford University will participate in a nationwide reading Monday night. Enough Plays to End Gun Violence will be held at 7 p.m. at Rockford University's Cheek Theater. Rockford is one of more than 50 communities in the country who are participating in this year's reading, which are short plays written by teens. Enough received more than 120 story submissions this year, and 6 were selected by a panel including Congresswoman Gabby Giffords. Admission to Monday night's event is free, but donations are welcome, and they will benefit the League of Women Voters of Greater Rockford. Rockford residents will have a chance from 5 to 8 tonight to meet with the 5 finalists running to become the Forest City's next fire chief. This comes after the finalists participated in a virtual forum back on September 23rd. The candidates looking to replace former Rockford Chief Michelle Pankow are Jeffrey Altoff, Scott Bavery, Matthew Cordonier, Timothy Morris, and Rebecca Teo. The meet and greet will be at Riverfront Museum Park on 711 North Main Street. And leaders with the International Women's Baseball Center step up to the plate Monday morning, breaking ground on Bayer Stadium at Maybelle Blair Park. Following the Phase 1 success of IWBC's A Place of Their Own campaign, restoration officially kicked off on the stadium, which was funded through a grant led by the Amazin' Mets Foundation. The first phase of renovation is expected to wrap up in 2026, and the IWBC also was selected to host the Women's Baseball World Cup next July. And with the lack of rain we've been having here across the state line lately, Whiteside County Sheriff John Booker asks all residents to not set outdoor fires due to those dry conditions. Booker says the sheriff's office has already seen several grass fires sparked by burning debris and unattended fire pits. Officials with local fire departments ask stateliners to avoid burning leaves, brush, or other debris until after our area sees significant rainfall. And of course, we've still got those summer-like temperatures out there. So let's take a quick look at how our week's going to shape up with our 7-day forecast. So taking a look out there right now, you can see, of course, today we are sitting at a high of 78 degrees, but something that is a little bit more of precedent here. You can see we've got the 50% chance for some storms and rain. So while that is going to be our kind of topic of conversation here today, moving into tomorrow, our topic of conversation is going to be that big cool down that the state line is going to be seeing. You can see there from Monday to Tuesday, that's a 10-degree drop off. We're sitting at a high of 68 degrees, and we're mostly cloudy there for our Tuesday. And then taking a look at Wednesday, those clouds go away. We're getting that sunshine back in full force, but that's not really going to do too much for us there in the heat department. Looks like we're sitting at a high of 66 degrees, and then it looks like as we continue on into the rest of the week there, we're going to be sitting at 68 for a high on Thursday and Friday. And then as we look like we move into our next weekend, looks like we're going to be warming up just a tad. So I know there's probably plenty of people out there who are excited to have at least a little bit of our warmer days coming up on our weekend so that hopefully people can get some of those outdoor plans, maybe head out to an apple orchard, maybe a pumpkin patch, while we still have some of those warmer, October temperatures here. So those stories that I just mentioned a moment ago will be coming up in our shows this afternoon and this evening at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Of course, to get the latest news both in the state line and across the country, you can head to our website at WIFR.com, and like I mentioned earlier, you can head to your smartphone's app store and type WIFR into the search bar, and you can download our WIFR News app. Of course, while you're there, you can also download our WIFR First Alert weather app for updates as soon as they come across our meteorologist radar. Again, we do have a little bit of those summer-like temperatures here today, but obviously, as we enter a little bit further into the fall months here, things are going to be getting a little bit colder, and then before you know it, we're going to have snow on the ground here. So definitely never a bad idea to download that app. Thank you so much again for watching, and we'll see you coming up here in just under an hour here for Governor J.B. Pritzker's press conference, and we'll also see you coming up shortly for WIFR News First at 4.